Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be talking about all my favorites and unfavorites up till the month of June in 2020. And yeah, the last time I did one of these for 2020 was in March, I think, and it was on my IGTV. I'll leave the link below, but this is just a midpoint review of everything that I've been liking. I don't do this monthly, I do it as and when I have a substantial list to talk about, and this is going to be a super long list because of the circuit breaker in Singapore, or you know, your lockdown in other parts of the world. But yeah, due to COVID, I've been using a lot more products, but also using products that isn't really for show. It's a lot of skincare, it's a lot of, you know, natural glowing skin. It's all about very natural makeup, and these also be talking about my unfavorite things and brands and people that I will not be talking about anymore on my platform, so stick around for that. Alright, the first product, I'm going to reiterate this because even in my end year favorites, I always talk about it, but I always like to talk about this product, you know, every quarterly, just because it is a lifesaver for me and my skin type, but for a lot of people as well, which is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA. It's in the newer packaging, but I really like this because it helps to dissolve a lot of sebum and also penetrate the deeper layers of my skin in terms of being a chemical exfoliator. And I don't typically like to use physical exfoliators. I just like to use the natural buffing motions in a cotton pad and just use this product just to lightly remove the skin layer and also promote faster, you know, replacement of that skin barrier. But I like this so much because it really helps with my breakouts. Even though you can see I do have a couple of breakouts because it is the hormonal period, but yeah, what I like to do is just, you know, give it a very thin sweep, place a saturated cotton pad around my nose to tackle the blackheads, and also just use a Q-tip to just pinpoint any areas where there is inflammation. And this typically will solve a lot of my major newer breakouts within like 24 hours, even though it isn't fully healed, but it does significantly reduce the redness. I find when it comes to removing or at least kind of dissipating sebum, it's really effective as well. Okay, this is going to be a skincare brand favorite because it's a recent discovery, but I've been incorporating them as and when I feel the need to, because I don't like to firmly stick to a daily routine every day. It's just when my skin needs it, and when I feel something coming, I will use the necessary product, and then I will keep to a cyclical routine, if that makes sense. So it's from Renee, Rouleau. Not sure if you guys have heard this brand before, but I've been using the fading gel, the acne scar fading gel, as well as the anti-bump solution very frequently. And with these two products, I either use it, like I mentioned, with a cotton pad or on a Q-tip, and I just apply it to the specific areas. So in terms of fading, and in terms of, as the name suggests, like a fading gel, you would assume it fades scars, and a anti-bump solution, if you have like textured surfaces, it would reduce those surfaces. In terms of very significant results, I would say give it about 2 skin cycles, like substantially 2 months. And for me, I've tested it out for that period of time and I love it. I just think that a lot of products, for me, my skin reacts really quickly. I start to break out in redness on my face or itchiness, and that's when I know that, you know, while I do try to give it another try, but if that is the natural reaction to my skin, then I wane off it. But this, right off the bat, nothing, no physical skin reaction. And I found that after 2 cycles, a lot of my newer breakouts and newer scarring did not leave any marks, and I find that to be like pretty remarkable because I have anxiety, I pick my skin a lot, and immediately when I do that, I just go to these 2 products and I try to keep up with that routine so that it doesn't leave a mark. And surprisingly enough, it did not leave a mark, and the combination of the 2 really has been very fast acting and also just very beneficial during my hormonal cycles. Just gonna quickly mention these 2, even though I haven't used it frequently or that much in the past few months, but I do use it on and off, the Renee Rouleau Triple Berry Mask as well as the Skin Recovery Lotion. These two I just use when I feel like I need a, how would you put it, like a pampering session. I really like to use a Triple Berry mask. I usually stick with one type of mask for quite a long time because I don't like to open too many. But yeah, it basically looks and smells like berries. I'm not sure if you can see, but yeah, it looks like jam. It's very, very fun, and I feel like it's filled with like so much antioxidants, and it treats my skin really, really well in terms of replenishing a lot of dehydration that is for, you know, when I do feel dehydrated. But also it's just excellent when after I remove it, I just feel like my skin is a lot brighter, and that's what I really like about this. And for the Skin Recovery Lotion, similar to the acne products, I apply this, you know, as a full layer around my face, and I just find that it delivers like a very soothing quality to the skin. And it's just, this is a product I would recommend for people with problematic oily skin because it's a oil-free formula, but it's just very catered to our needs, being something that's not too greasy, not too heavy, and yeah, it just gives you what you need and also promotes skin recovery really well. Okay, the second last skincare product I'll be talking about, I've seen this in my IGTV videos. It's the Laneige Skin Refining Cream Skin. It's marketed to be a hydrating toner, but to me, I really use it as an all-in-one. I use it for a moisturizer, I use it as a toner, I use it to just calm down a lot of things on my skin, and I really like this. Is actually my second bottle. My first bottle, I actually just put the remaining into this Miniso container, and I guess you could call it a favorite because, you know, I really like this kind of a dispenser rather than, you know, putting it onto my hands or a cotton pad. It's just very time consuming to me, so I just pump this out and I apply a decent amount to the face because, like I mentioned, I do use this as a moisturizer. So it's a very, very simple formula, and it works, and it's not make your skin feel very annoyed or irritated. It's very soothing, and it suits, like, I would say it will suit dry skin people, but it's just that you probably will use this strictly as a toner and put on your moisturizer and other layers above so that you get decent hydration. But for me, as a dehydrated oily girl, this is my all-in-one. Okay, from Cosrx, I know I don't talk about Cosrx a lot anymore like I used to in the past because, like you can see, I've just grown up and started experimenting with a lot of other skincare brands. And that's not to say that I don't like Cosrx, just find that sometimes with their line it's a bit hit and miss, so you really have to substantially try the product, as with all products. But this is a really great discovery. It's their Light Fit Toner, water cream kind of transforming gel. I can show you what it is. I love this packaging. Like any pump formula, I really like. When it comes out, it's basically looking like a cream, but once you massage it into the skin, it becomes this really, really beautiful watery gel. You can see it's like water, and it's a very, very light formula. It's like revolutionary in terms of its technology, in my opinion, but it's like it leaves a very nice gel-like consistency on the face. And you can see a trend here because for me, as an oily dehydrated skin girl, I don't like too thick a cream layer, even though I do enjoy a nourishing cream at night. But for daily use, for, you know, any condition my skin is in, I generally like something that doesn't feel too greasy on the skin. And you can see why I love this, because it's like it completely melts away, and I feel like after it evaporates per se, it becomes like a very, it leaves your skin feeling tacky but not wet, and it gives that plump look. You know, everyone always talks about, oh, I use a product that is very nourishing to my skin, it has this plumped appearance. Like, what the hell does that mean, right? Like, is it like a plum peach? Is it like a very juicy pomelo? That's what I imagine, but I never really like got that feeling because I usually find a lot of products way too much on my skin. But with this, after, you know, that initial dying down, it feels so good, and it feels like a decent or a real substantial amount of hydration for my skin type, and I feel like a lot of people will really like this, and it's really affordable. I'll leave all the links in the description box, so you can definitely go check this out. And last but not least, before I forget, oh yes, this is one of those products that could be, I would say, just gonna disclaimer it because it might not work for you, but I am very quirky with what I like for my skin. You would think that I wouldn't like, you know, glow giving or like things that are very oil based products, but I actually do, and it's not something I would say I use like on the daily, and I would recommend people to use on the daily, but I like the use of oils because I feel like it's that hybrid kind of product where it does provide like benefits to your skin where you don't really notice it, as in it isn't a targeted product that relates to anti-aging or anything like that. But I feel like a lot of oil-based products, like if you use it enough, it gives you unseen benefits that you will thank for later. So this is one of them. It's not oil-based per se, but it has a really emollient texture that feels like an oil. But this is the Myung Inner Glow Moisturizing Serum. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's like little beads inside. What I really like about it is that it's super, it comes out like white basically, but it leaves a very like beautiful oily texture. Like it isn't oily, it isn't like a oil, but it's just super beautiful. It reminds me of an oil is what I'm trying to say. I'm not great with explanations on skincare when it comes to like especially these kind of glow giving products, but the way it feels is legitimately like super slippy. It's like a slip and slide on your face in the best way possible, and I love using this on its own. Even, you know, if I'm gonna like use it like that, I can just tap it on the tops of my cheeks just to give it additional glow. So it's a really multi-purpose product. I like to use this like as a primer, even as a, I would say a moisturizer, but it's not the typical kind of moisturizer. It's just like if you're gonna purchase this, you might as well use it for many things. And for me, I just like to use it for more cosmetic purposes, as a primer, as a highlighter. And yeah, it's just really good. If you want that glass skin look, definitely this is one to purchase. Okay, for concealers, I've been really liking the NARS Soft Matte Cream Concealer, Complete Concealer. And it's I would say after you do your skincare and everything, it doesn't turn out to be matte. But if you just use it on fully cleansed skin, it has a velvety finish, and I feel like it's great on all parts of the face. So you can just dip your brush in and use it as an all-over concealer. Or if you get the shade that matches your skin really well, you can use it as a pinpoint. It's super full coverage, very creamy, and it's not drying on the skin. Another concealer is from Fenty Beauty. I showcased this in my best of Fenty Beauty. I personally, controversial statement, I think this is better than the Shape Tape. Some people like the Shape Tape more, but to me, I think the Shape Tape is super creamy, super buttery, but you have to work with it. But I find that this just out of the tube, similar to the NARS Soft Matte Cream, on any kind of skincare prepped base, it works really well, and on its own it works really well. But it does have different finishes under different conditions, but both are very they're not too drying. And yeah, I mean, some people do find them a bit drying, but on my skin I don't, and I really like it. You definitely should try it, find a sample size or something. But what I would suggest is really to try it under the eyes. If there's any creasing or any dryness that you do not like, then perhaps these concealers won't be for you. But for me, after substantial use, my natural oils and the rate at which it you know naturally seeps through gives it a very natural glow while retaining the high coverage, which is why I really like these. Okay, for bases, I haven't been using much foundation, but when I do get a foundation that I really like or a base product, I go crazy. Basically, I really like the Erborian CC cream. It's something that knocked off my top favorite, which is the IT Cosmetics CC cream. While the technology is really different, I'm just gonna try to show you. It comes out white, but what happens is, as a color correcting cream, what it does is it meshes into the body heat and it turns into a tint. And it's super natural. It's also another like glow giving product, and I find that, you know, on days where I just use the cream skin as my moisturizer and I apply the CC cream on top, it's just the ideal combination for no makeup while giving yourself like a decent tint on the skin, and you don't have to do much, especially during CB period. I just like, you know, slap this on. And also shout out to my YouTube channel where I did a color correcting video, and usually with color correcting a lot of people would put foundation on top, but because I wanted to show that the color corrector's tint, orange, the green, the purple, doesn't show up underneath a light base, so I used this because it does have really light coverage. And guess what, the color corrector did not show through and my skin got a very nice even coating, and that is the optimal no makeup, seriously. So I highly encourage you to check out the color correctors. So I'm just gonna grab it, but from Journ Beauty, the color correctors from Journ Beauty, as well as this CC cream, the combination of the two is the most epic no makeup routine ever. And for a regular foundation formula would be Makeup Forever Reboot foundation. A lot of the top bloggers have been talking about it, but I'm in the shade Y245 in all my Makeup Forever foundations. And yeah, this is, I think that at this point Makeup Forever would not do a good foundation, but they just blew it out of the water again. This is like a gel, it feels to me like a gel foundation, not so much like a liquid or like a very thick cream, and it meshes into the skin really well. It's not a mattifying formula, it's just a very natural finish. And I think for people who are like really oily, you might find this to be dewy on your skin, but on me it's just, you know, it looks like you had a million cups of water, but in the best way possible, not like, you know, too greasy on the skin. It looks super natural and it has really good coverage. Okay, the sun is going down, so I'm using my mirror with a light source. But for brows, I've been really liking a super affordable version. Don't hate me for liking the Patrick Ta stuff, but from Essence, I've used this forever. Seriously, they have been in countless yearly favorites, and it has, and okay, looking at it up close, there is fibers, but it's not like the Benefit Gimme Brow fibers where it's a lot more, but this has like just very fine fibers that adds volume and gives tint to the under skin of the brows, as well as gives tint to the hairs itself. So this is usually the product that I use if I don't want to do my brows. I refuse to touch a pencil or pomade or a tool, and I just drag this on the brow skin and also comb through the brows, and it's just perfect. It's one product done. And I've mentioned this in a YouTube video already and showed you a demo. It's the Patrick Ta Major Brow Wax. It's the shaping wax in clear as well as tinted. So yeah, just head over to the demo, you'll understand why. It's kind of your savior product if you like laminated brows, or you like that, you know, really pushed up bushy brow effect. I'm actually using it now, and yeah, it's just perfect. Like, I love the hold it gives. It doesn't melt away if you sweat. It's just perfect. I mean, what do you expect with wax, right? But yeah, it's in a product and I love it from Patrick Ta. I've been really liking for lipsticks the Slip Shine lipsticks from Fenty Beauty, their latest release. And basically guys, like, I will forever be on the hunt for this type of a lipstick formula, which is a glossy lip with a tint that, you know, resembles, I would say, lip tints, but it's classier. A classier tint that's not too like, whoa, I'm trying to be a liquid lipstick, but not. It's like pretty sheer but buildable, that you can definitely see the color. I love all the shades in the line. I'm slowly trying to pick up like a lot more of them, but this so far is my top contender when it comes to this kind of a formula. I used to really like, I'm just going to show you and derail a little bit, the Lancome Shine lipsticks, and it's just the same thing, just that these discontinued. So similarly, I was on the hunt for something else. I usually like a tinted lip balm kind of a feel, but I feel like with tinted lip balms, the color range is not great, and also tint is just mimicking actual lip tints. It's just not classy, if that makes sense, and it's not like a it's not that kind of thing where you wipe off and you do want the color to come off, you know what I mean? You don't want it to be stuck on your lips. So for me, these are super moisturizing. They look so plumping, and also I find that I don't have to use a lip liner. Like, even if I overdraw my lips, I feel like, yeah, you can't tell, and also it has decent enough pigment that it doesn't look like, you know, you can see the visible lip line. So it's just that perfect formulation. So I highly recommend you guys check it out. Okay, heading into the next category, my unfavorites. It's gonna be primarily, yeah, it's just gonna be a mix of all things. I'm gonna start with Cosrx, the AC collection. I used quite a bit. I didn't really use so much of this because my skin like totally flared up, and with these two products, like I mentioned, my skin, I know my skin well enough to know that if it doesn't like something, it shows quite instantly. And these, even though it's catered to be acne friendly, it just didn't work, and I felt like it was super stripping. It was very aggressive, even though the formula it's gentle, but on my skin it was little itches just trying to get my skin. So I really don't like this. I've just been keeping it to show you guys, but I will be throwing it away because it really doesn't work for me. I might actually use these bottles, so I'll just empty the contents and might use these bottles for something else. Another product that I did talk about in my IG stories, I think, and someone DM'd me to just ask me like what I use this for because they had similar experience. Essentially, it's from Bio Oil, and it's the gel version, so it's not the oil, it's not the liquid oil. I initially picked this up because I saw a video on Instagram with this Korean makeup artist that actually used this on the face, and she was trying to do glass skin and stuff like that. So for me, I was just like, wow, you know, I gave Bio Oil, the liquid oil version, a try, but I didn't really like that. And I felt that because it was liquid, it was just too much. And when I saw that they had a solid, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it another try to see if I can achieve the glass skin look. And I did do it, and obviously as a first time use, or you know, just at home usage, it did give me the desired like glass skin effect. Unfortunately, this does not help your makeup whatsoever. It's very temperamental in our climate, and it picks up the makeup on top. So that video was total rubbish, I feel. I like to use this for, it's like on my elbows. I use this as a hand cream. I use it on my knees. I use it on any dry areas, especially if after you shave, and if you're not someone that preps your legs really well after you shave, you can basically just slather a good layer of this, and I feel like that's what I really use it for. It's unfavorite because it didn't really work the way I desired to, and it's just me coming up with ways to use up this product. But yeah, that's why I don't really like it. Okay, this probably is gonna be a shocker because it looks like it's completely finished, and how can I dislike a product that I completely finished? I got sent this from Hera Singapore, as well as the mist. The mist, I still use it as, you know, just a makeup topper. Anyway, I'm just gonna show you quickly because this one is full. But basically with this essence, I feel like I really like it because of the ingredient list. It has alcohol as one of the top ingredients, and it's really expensive. Like, I'm thankful that I got sent it, but I see a lot of people like doing giveaways, or people like gravitating towards it because, I don't know, Hera, Blackpink, or the ambassador. But yeah, it's not great, guys. Like, anything with alcohol and fragrance, you should be wary about. And yeah, I went through this bottle just because, gosh, I really wanted to make it work, and I used it up several ways. Like, I replenished this bottle and mixed it around and stuff like that. But yeah, I honestly don't recommend. I wish I would have stopped at a certain stage, but I really gave it my best shot. Okay, from Kim Kardashian's beauty line, this is not the only product that I dislike from their line. I don't really like their lipsticks and everything, but I really hate this contour cream thing that she initially launched as the very like hype worthy product. No, don't get it. It's just super gimmicky, damn pricey. Fenty has cream bronzers that are so good. get those, don't get this. And to be honest, moving forward, KW as a brand, I do like their lip liners, but as a brand and what they stand for and what the owners like embody on social media and everything, like I don't like them as role models, and I won't advocate for them as role models. So that being said, a whole brand unfavorite would be Kim Kardashian West beauty brand, Kylie Cosmetics. I won't be talking about them, and I never want to talk about them. A total unfavorite. And yeah, if you guys like them, you can find information and reviews elsewhere, but for me personally, I don't like what they stand for. I think it's just too much cultural appropriation. It makes people think it's okay to do that, and it's not educational whatsoever, so no. Another thing that I would like to say is that I had a Jeffree Star kind of makeup review or demo on my Instagram before, so you guys know that I have actually a lot of Jeffree Star cosmetics products, even the highlighters and everything like that. But starting today, I am going to look through my whole collection. Things that I don't typically use, I will throw it out, but those that would be wasteful to throw, I will still use. But I will also never mention Jeffree Star Cosmetics on my platform because he is a racist, and I'm just gonna start doing this a lot more frequently. I'm gonna just straight up call out brands that no go for me. And yeah, I even brands that are not very inclusive in their shade range, I will try to bring it up more often, or maybe I'll do a regular blog post to just like slam it and just keep it at that. But yeah, Jeffree Star, Kim Kardashian, Kylie Cosmetics, no go, seriously no go. And also for me personally, Colourpop, even though I really like them, might be bordering on the line of unfavorites, because they are the manufacturer for Kylie's Cosmetics, and they haven't been transparent with that, and I feel like it's not right. But I can understand from a strategic standpoint why they do, because they are able to manufacture in big quantities, but they're also really good makeup strategists in what they do. It's way more expensive on Kylie's platform, and it's not disclosed, which I feel like is a little unethical. So yeah, Colourpop on the fence, but I have so much from Colourpop, and I still really like them because it's one of those brands that can rival anything at Sephora, and it's like fraction of the cost. So I'll really start thinking about that. Okay, because I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea when it comes to me loving everything from Fenty. I think in the IG live I did with Kelly, I did talk briefly about why I prefer the new cream products to their old matchsticks, which I do have a lot of, and I did review them. I don't really like this formula. This is one of the products that, when it came out as the only cream product, I did what I had to do to make it work. I find this packaging, somehow the casing leaks air in and the products dry out really quickly. But I feel like every time I go in to use it, I have to remove the initial layer of product on the back of my hand, go over it with a tissue to really make it work. I mean, you can make these work, but I feel like as a product that I would just want to just pick it up and use and not really have to think about it. These are a little fickle, especially they are not the newer highlighting stick from Fenty, but the older ones like Starstruck, Chili Mango, Blonde Unicorn. These highlighter sticks, the glitters are a bit chunky, so it's not like sticks where it's just a gloss. I prefer a glossy highlight, so these for me are unfavorite. Alright, last but not least, lifestyle favorites. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been renting, I rented for the past month a spin bike from Ride with Anthem on Instagram, and they are a spin studio, but I rented it for the month and I really like that. It got me active, it got me back into spinning, which is something that towards the end of 2019 my friends got me into, like I mentioned, and I really liked. And then COVID hit, and then I was like really bummed, but yeah, I managed to rent it for at least a month. That month taught me that I would not purchase a bike because it would not be fully utilized. I prefer going into the studio. So at least with that experience, I really enjoyed like just forcing myself to exercise at home. and with that you would have to, you know, follow something, right? Because you don't have a physical instructor to show you. So I really like Christina's YouTube channel, and I've been tagging her every time I just do those short IG story videos, and I'll link her IG page here. But yeah, she does all the spin classes, or like 45 minutes 30-minute spin classes to great music, and I just love what she represents, love what she says as an instructor. It's just really motivating, and she makes you feel like you're doing it alongside her, and she's doing it alongside you like a comrade, rather than like a teacher-student dynamic or like a very cheerleader kind of thing. She really just motivates based on, you know, you can do it, I've been there too, and this is where I am. So I really love what she represents basically. So her YouTube channel, and also I've been really liking, and I recommended so many people this, because even when, you know, during circuit breaker, I basically like Zoom call my friends and stuff like that, so I did it together over Zoom, so you can tell that I really like it. It's the Tabata 30 or the 45-minute routine that Rainer Pollard had with Pop Sugar Fitness, and yeah, I'll leave all the links there, but you basically will just fall in love with his vibe. He's just so fun, and usually with HIIT workouts, like that's where it's a little different when it comes to HIIT workouts with no equipment versus like spin bikes. For me, I just feel like with HIIT workouts, I just need like a really out there personality to get my mind off exercising, rather than, you know, someone who is like a comrade, where when you're strapped into the bike, you really need to feel like someone's with you doing it, or like at least like going through that difficult phase of that hill climb on the bike together. So that's where my mentality flips a bit. But for HIIT workouts, Rainer is just like amazing. He's just so fun, so larger than life, and yeah, I highly recommend those videos if you're trying to just like ease in. That was like honestly the first thing that I started doing, and always go back to it when I'm feeling lazy or down, because it's manageable and it's just very effective. Okay, last but not least is 3 beverage brands favorite. You guys know I don't have it with me now, but it's Bootstrap Cold Brew. I really like that. I've been doing so much content pieces. I know a lot of you have been using my promo code, so thank you for that. You guys know that I do earn a very small amount of commission, like barely anything, like it could be $1 but yeah, I do earn something, so I'm just gonna disclose that. I really like the milk and manuka cold brew coffee. So good. I really love it. I'll do way more IG videos, and also will link an IG video that I did reviewing the brand. Another thing that I really like is from Tai Ren Zong TRZSG, which is the tea series they sent me to try. I love the DIY milk tea set that I did during the circuit breaker period, and I love like that tactile approach to doing your own milk tea. And I really like the milk tea line, to be honest. Like it doesn't give me Kauai vibes, but I do like the taste of it. It's not, the milk is pleasant, it's not too sweet, and the tea is substantial enough that it tastes like a green milk tea or original milk tea, that kind of thing. So I really like their milk tea series. And from House Brew, which is the recent beverage brand that I tried, I really like the peach oolong, and I really like the Earl Grey milk tea. These 2 flavors in particular, because yeah, it just like leaped onto my palate, and there are very typical things I like. I like oolong, I like milk teas. So yeah, these are the brands that I would highly recommend as lifestyle favorites. And that was a super long video. I hope you guys stuck through it all. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, do let me know. And yeah, this was just really fun to update you guys on the things that I've been liking and disliking. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, share it with family and friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.